Good day to everybody. Hope y'all are enjoying your day. So, here's a continuation video of this bus project. I got it parked where I'm going to be working on it. It's at my mom's house currently. So I have electricity and the tools and all that kind of stuff to do that. This is her garage. It's got a lot of my stuff in it. And not all this is mine, but the majority of the stuff that I'll be bringing with me is some of this stuff right here. I still got to go through some of it, not the table, but just some of this stuff. Couch is not included. Those barrels, all that stuff. It's basically just all that. That's what's going with me. So it's really not that much. So show you what I've done so far. We've got the little AC unit in there, plugging away. I've got it parked underneath this tree, so I have shade for part of the day, which is kind of nice. The AC unit does okay. It's not quite big enough for the bus with how these things are insulated, so I'm probably going to be doing some more insulation in this bus to increase the R value so that it's a bit cooler in here. But so here's a view. I've taken the seats out that were right here on this side. Taken one of the seats out over there, and I still have this seat to take out. Of course, the driver's seat's gonna stay there, but yeah, so I'm probably going to end up doing 2 bunk bed couches, one right here, one right here. Having the entertainment center set up right over here, and then the kitchen as well. Gonna have a bathroom back here in the rear by the bed and a couple closets and stuff. But this video is to show you a little bit of the things that I've done so far, which is taking out the seats. Right now I'm working on dismantling this shelf that was in here. I'll be taking this out as well because I'm doing something different there. So it's already pre-wired with the electrical, like you can see, and it is on the top and on the bottom. So we've got the outlets running along both sides, which is nice because then I have all the power going throughout this bus to work on it with ease. I'm probably going to keep this bed here, just do some modifications to it, but it seems to be okay. I'm going to brace the rear of it a little better. So got to do something with this still. I shove some of that reflective bubble stuff in there just to help a little bit. I might actually get some plexiglass and put it over the top, or put a fan in there. Don't know yet. We'll see. Fan would be a better option. Just don't know if I'm going to do that quite yet. But yeah, so I just wanted to show everybody that. I just made another 200-mile trip, so far I've drove this bus about 350 miles or so. And it's done good so far. When they replaced the tire on the other side, they did one brand new tire and left the other one on as it was, which is not what you're supposed to do. On the dualies, if you replace one tire, you should replace both, because it can cause your tire that's not new to skip, which causes vibration, and that's exactly what this is doing. So I'm gonna have to get a new tire at least, I'm sure, on the other side. So I have 2 new on the part that has the new tire. Then I'll swap one of those tires, the one that I take off on the other side, and I'll probably take the tires off right here and set that new tire on this side, or the other tire on this side, because the tread on this tire right here, there's some, I don't know if you can see it or not, but maybe not, but it's like a bunch of flat spots and stuff. So yeah, it's not a good tire. I gotta replace that. But that's just a short update, guys. As I take some more stuff out and start to build it out, I'll do some more videos. Alright, see ya. Alright guys, so here we go. I got those cabinets ripped out. Next, I'm going to pull up this laminate right here, and then I'm probably going to pull up this OSB right here, because I didn't install all this properly. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a bow. There's a bow in the floor, because when you have the seats down on the rubber, and then you have this rubber piece that's right here, it doesn't sit flush. And I don't think that they took the rubber out before they put the OSB down. They just did a quick, cheap job just to get done what they needed done. And so I'm going to be tearing all that up too. Probably pulling all this rubber out. And then relaying the OSB down. I'm debating on whether to lay OSB down or whether I'm going to just get some plywood and use the plywood as the actual floor, and then sand it and do a nice thick coating over the floor so that you can walk on it and stuff, and it's water resistant and that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I'm going to price it out and see what it costs for that versus doing OSB, which is already there, because I can use the same pieces and just lay it down after the rubber's torn out and then lay laminate down. I'll price it to see what's the better option to go with, and figure that out. But I wanted to show you the cabinets out. Next is laminate, and I'll show you that later. Alright, everybody, say hi to John, Sarah, Jake, Logan, Carmen, Michaela. Well, apparently Michaela disappeared. We're all over here at Grandma's chowing down on some food, huh? Well, I go out and while I'm working on the bus tearing the floors out. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Fun stuff. So John's trying to make a video of his own, huh? Look at me. You making a video of your own? But, alright, well, that's it. Alright, so I've got the floor mostly done. What I'm working on right now is securing the plywood to the floor. I've already got the liquid nails down underneath it, and now I'm coming through with the screws to make it so that the seams are even, and I may use some wood filler between it and sand it down so it's all basically one solid piece going all the way through. But I'm going to do that at all the seams, place some screws at the seams. Then once I have all the cabinetry and bunk bed couches and all that laid in, that will hold the stuff down on the sides. What I'm going to do is I'll do a perimeter of screws offset from where the cabinets and everything are, just to hold it down that way too, and to kind of make it, just change the appearance a little bit. So after I get all the screws and stuff in, I'm going to seal the floor. That way when I walk on it, I don't end up staining the wood. So I'm going to have to wait for it to cure a little bit after I've done that. And then after I've sealed it, that's when I'm going to finish the insulation on the ceiling, and I'll do a video and kind of showing you how I do that. And because the first panel I set in didn't really work very well, but I'll do a whole video on that. And I got to redo that panel, so. Alright, well, everybody, have a good one. Later. Howdy, everybody. Alright, so I'm getting this floor secured down. I'm having some issues. So what's happening is I pre-drilled these holes. However, they're kind of filling back in after I've drilled them. And so what happens is when I go to put the screw in, it doesn't follow the hole. And so it's making it so that once it hits the metal on the bus, it's not lined up where it should be, and it creates a mess. So what I'm having to do is get this nail right here, and I'm having to put it inside of the hole before I put the screw in and hammer that through. That nail's a little bit too fat, so it won't go through the metal portion, but it goes all the way through the rest. And it cleans out anything that's stuck in the hole that would divert the screw into a different direction. And so that's what I'm doing to make it so that these things go in a lot better. So, yeah. I'm going to have to do some wood filler and stuff like that in some areas where I was having issues before I started doing this. But that's not a big deal. So it was a little frustrating actually, but just part of it, so it's all right. But yeah, so just wanted to share that with you. See ya. All right, guys, this is my wonderful assistant, and he is assisting me with insulating the ceiling in this bus. Got the floor laid. Still need to seal it, but I'm working on the insulation first before I do that. And what I'm doing is I've got this aluminum tape and I'm folding it over to basically make some double-sided tape and sticking that to the ceiling, just so that when I go and screw this in, it's not as much stress on the screws. Or not on the screws, but not as much stress on the foam board once the screws are up. And then what else, the other thing that I'm doing to hold this up better is I've got these sheet metal screws, these self-tapping screws, and then I bought some fender washers. They're 1/4 inch by 1 inch fender washers, and so I'm using that to secure this foam board to the roof. That way it doesn't punch through, because if you just use the screw, it's not a large enough surface area and it'll pull through on the foam. As you can see, happened, let's see,
Right here?
yeah, like right over here. So I didn't even tighten those up all the way, but it's just not enough surface area, and it pulls through. So that's my remedy to solve that issue. And then I'm also taping all the seams with this aluminum tape, just to prevent you know, any heat from coming through the seams and cold from coming through the seams, all that kind of stuff. And it just ties it in together a lot better. So that's what I've got done so far. I've cut some holes out for some of the lights and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it that way or not, because it's just the lights for when the bus is on, and that's not what I'm going to be using for my primary light source. So yeah, alright, well, that's it until a little bit later. Alright guys, so I got the sealer on the floor. So I just have the windows open. I've been letting it air out because this stuff is pretty powerful at first. Got the insulation on the roof all the way to the front. Still got to insulate the sides over here. Gonna up along here. So I'm in the process of making those bunk beds. Couches still. Lost the drill bit. So I gotta find where that went. I think one of the kids ran off with it, darn it. But it's alright. So we'll get back on that. See you later. Alright everybody, thanks for watching the video. So in the next video, I will be making the bunk beds and doing that fun project, the bunk bed couches. So I'll show you exactly what I do there, I'll give you the measurements and all that kind of stuff in good detail, so that if you would like to do something like that yourself, you can, and you have all the instructions to do so. But thanks for watching this video on the a rundown of the bus, the floors, the insulation, that kind of stuff. And we'll see you in the next video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and thumbs up this video if you liked it. Have a good one, everybody.